Hello and welcome to the 2010 edition of the Telegram Football Tour. We're here on the campus of Southwest Edgecombe High School. I'm sports writer Trevor Seibert. To my right, sports writer Nick Camerata, sports editor Jesse H. Nunnery, and the Southwest Edgecombe football coach, head coach Raymond Cobb. Good to have you here today, sir.
Thank you. Glad to have you all here.
Thanks. Good deal. And just ask you how things started out so far this year. How many kids have turned out and what's going on out here?
Well, we've had a great week. Had over 100 kids. Practicing at 6 o'clock at night. It's, the weather's been good. It's a little hotter this week, but our kids have worked hard. They worked hard in the spring and summer, and they've come in pretty good shape, especially the older kids. And even though we graduated 26 seniors, we've got some real good experience coming back, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So we're about where we were last year at this time with our offense and defense.
Well, about last year at this time, we knew you guys were going to have a strong squad. Jesse, you got any questions for Coach?
Sure. Just like you said, 100-plus kids. Seems like you've done a really good job of making the thing to do in the summer, for kids here. They've embraced it, and can you just speak to the fact that these kids really want to be a part of what you and your coaching staff have helped provide for them?
I think that, each year, this is year 7 that our staff's been here, and I think the numbers in the program have grown every year. Our kids have worked extremely hard in the summer. We actually shortened our summer by a week. We actually only went 3 weeks of summer, but we averaged 85 to 90 kids a night and probably ended up having 125 or 30 different kids. And, we lifted, they ran, and we had offensive and defensive fundamental nights. And so, our kids were mighty excited last Monday night when the real deal started. And so we're excited.
Mm-hmm. And let's get last year out the way. An excellent year. You win 13 straight games, a school record, and you run into Reedsville, and you didn't do anything wrong in that game besides come 2 points short.
One play away.
Yeah, a play away.
One more play, but we had a great team, and boy, we've graduated some guys that we're not going to be able to replace. But again, we graduated 26. We're going to have 24 seniors this year. So we do have good experience, and we may have to get things done a few different ways than we did a year ago, but we're excited.
Your quarterback's a good place to start. Chris Ellerby's back, senior year.
Chris Ellerby would make any high school football coach a better coach, and we are very fortunate to have him back. I really think he's one of the best there is in the state of North Carolina, and I tell you, he's been with all the great quarterbacks in the spring and summer at various camps and combines, and I expect Chris to have a big year.
Mm-hmm. How's your running backs? I know Quandre Pittman is an excellent one, but you have plenty of them.
Well, we lose Javon Bryant, and that's 1,300 plus yards and 25 or 6 touchdowns. But every other back that played for us last year returns. Of course, Quandre, what kind of year? 1,700 yards, over 10 yards a carry. JaVale Jenkins will be a 3-year starter at our right halfback. Tytrell Hopkins, who was hurt the first half of last year. You may remember a big 50-some yard run in the Tarboro game. Aaron Johnson, Richard Sharp. We really feel good about our backfield.
How's your offensive line looking?
We returned 4 out of 7. Of course, lose Quincy Pittman, Adrian Smith, and Tyler Foxworth, and they're pretty darn good. But I think as they get better, we get better. We're led by Adam Hyman and Kendrick Ransom, John Stone, Devontae Arnold returned there.
Is there something that can be said for the junior varsity guys from the past that have moved up to varsity and now are in the spotlight on Friday nights?
Well, we're going to certainly be counting on some of those guys that were on our JV a year ago to provide depth for these 24 seniors. There's a couple of them that are going to be in that. We got a couple of sophomores on our offensive line, and so our rising juniors and our rising sophomores from last year's JV, they've done what they need to do in the weight room. They've been to the summer workouts, the spring workouts, and the light comes on next Friday night. So hopefully they're going to be prepared to step up and fill in for some of those great seniors we lost.
I'll turn it over to Nick.
I guess speaking of those 26 seniors that you lost, who has surprised you most and really, might be someone that the area doesn't know about yet, but will after this season?
Well, I think actually we return our 3 out of our top 4 secondary guys, Kenny Dupree, Brandon Epps, Tytrell Hopkins, they all played a lot last year, but they're bigger, faster, stronger. They're very athletic, and I think we're as strong in our secondary as we've been in the 7 years I've been here at Southwest, and I'm excited about that. I think maybe the other kid that comes to mind will be our center, Bryce Lancaster. He's about 6'4". He's over 300. He was our starting center as a sophomore on our undefeated JV team, and he played a backup role last year. He's worked real hard to get a little slimmer and quicker, and you know, he's going to be a key to our success if he can handle the center position.
Gotcha. Well, we certainly appreciate the time out here, Coach, and thanks for coming out to speak with us today.
We appreciate y'all being here.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're back with quarterback Chris Ellaby, senior this year. First question for you. You're back in a conference that had 3 of the top 5 teams in the state last year, and you guys came out as conference champions. You know, what do you expect this year? Do you expect to see Kinston and Tarboro back up there in the state, and you guys as well? How do you see it panning out?
Well, I know just like we do, they have a lot of juniors returning just like we did. I mean, they're rivals. I mean, we've probably had one of the toughest conferences in the state, so I expect them just to be as good as they were last year.
Tell us about your summer. Heard you had a lot of good experience.
Yeah, went to a lot of camps. I've been all over the place. I've been from ECU out to Duke, Carolina. I even took a trip down to Georgia Tech for a couple days. It's been a great summer, really. Got a lot of experience and a lot of interest from different schools.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think you've grown the most, you know, during the summer, and what that experience has done for you?
Probably working on my throwing mechanics and just relaxing, making sure I make the right passes, making the right reads.
Mm-hmm. And as quarterback, of course, the guys are going to look to you. How do you kind of see your leadership role this year?
This year, being my senior year, is going to be bigger than ever. But I'm somewhat of a natural-born leader. I just lead just by the way I've always been raised. I've always been a leader, so, I mean, it won't be too different, but I'll just have to make sure I stay on top of everything and make sure nothing goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. How many times do you want Coach Cobb to call some passing plays for you?
Every other play.
We know that won't happen, but, you know, you do feel comfortable throwing the ball. And, I mean, is this a team that you can throw the ball with? I mean, you have some
No, sir, we've always had teams we throw the ball with. I mean, it's just the way we run our offense is what we have, and we do it well, so why change it?
Yep. Anything from you, Nick?
I guess, you know, speaking on that, talk about what it's like being a quarterback in a system that runs the ball a lot, and, you know, the jobs that you have that are still very important to the success of the team.
Well, really it's all about, in this, you have to, well, fakes is probably one of the number one things in this kind of offense. The misdirection and everything is, I mean, it gets everybody a lot. That's why it works so well. We have the athletes in the backfield, and me being at quarterback helps out a lot, because with the option game, I mean, a lot of people really don't expect the quarterback to come, like, literally run somebody over. So, I mean, it's basically a perfect fit for me, really, with everything that we do.
Gotcha. Now, we're assuming we're going to hear a lot of Boom Squad and Booms out here in Pine Tops on Friday nights for the rest of the season. But, Chris, thanks for your time, and thanks for watching.